In the not-too-distant future, there will be no civilization. There will be no heroes.
They say people don't believe in heroes anymore. Well, damn them. You and me, Max. We're gonna give them back their heroes.
Max Saga. A Mad Max Saga.
Let's
He sounds
do it.
refreshed.
That's so good.
You could do a commercial.
It's so good.
That was like man, I enjoy this so much, and you got the now you can talk about it. Like, have you ever had a warm, hot day where you just want something refreshing to drink? Well, let me tell you about this.
So I have a lot to say about this. I have a lot of good things to say about this. I have plenty of bad things to say about this, what I didn't like. But Chris Hemsworth should stick with other things.
I was really entertained by Chris Hemsworth in this film. He was so strange and weird. This is the first Mad Max movie I have seen.
Yes.
So I really didn't know what to expect of it. I didn't think it was going to be as quirky as it was.
Yeah, I'm dying to hear about what.
Yeah.
Like, because I've seen them all.
Yeah, because this part of the series is a reboot, correct?
No.
Or is it still in the same? Because they made them a long time ago, didn't they?
Yeah, like 1979 was when they filmed the first one.
Yeah.
But so yeah, they've done them. I think Fury Road was 2015.
Yeah.
So 9 years ago.
That's crazy.
But the last one would have been in 1985, maybe?
Yeah, that's
Something
mentally
like
what I
that.
was thinking of.
Yeah.
The timeline.
So, I mean, interestingly long time.
Oh, we're talking about gaps?
Like gaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is there 5 total now?
So let's see. Mad Max. There was Road Warrior, is what it was called, which is the second one, and then Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and then Fury, and then Furiosa, Fury Road.
Yeah. Okay, it's a decent series, like length, like franchise.
It is. George Miller. He was a surgeon, ER surgeon. And that's why he made the first one, because off of the injuries that he would see in road accidents in Australia.
What a reason to make a film.
I mean, it's pretty wild, isn't it?
You want a tier list of reasons I would not be creating a movie for. It would be my experience of blood, guts, and surgeries that I've done.
Well, I think the idea is that he could
realistic.
Like, this stuff happens, people should see it in an entertaining way. Like, okay.
It's like watch a tire scrape against somebody's arm to rip it off.
Yeah.
Or at least mangle it to a point where then they could have it ripped off.
Oh, wait, they did that in this film.
It's like we're reviewing it today.
So that's his history.
Okay.
And, they said a lot of things about George Miller, the brilliant mind of George Miller.
Yeah.
And I guess, I don't know what else he's done, honestly, other than
either.
Mad Max. But that quirkiness, he gets it in these films.
He does.
Like, he really gets it.
Yeah.
This was about 45 minutes too long.
Yeah.
But he gets it. Like, that
does.
quirky, weird, post-apocalyptic,
Even like, where I was thrown off most and I was not expecting it, and maybe I just wasn't watching trailers right, but I think it was, of the way they would speed up and slow down scenes. Like, it wasn't a 1-for-1 timing of like, this is how long the shot, like, people actually move, but they would speed it up, slow things down.
Yeah.
That really was interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I felt about it.
I think that's part of the entertainment value to me.
Yeah.
Is that kind of thing, that quirkiness. The over-the-top vehicles, obviously.
Right.
I mean, that's super fun for me.
Yeah. There was one point where I was like, yeah, we're getting ready for a boss battle, in the sense of they would bring certain equipment out. Those machines would get knocked out. We're going to build something bigger, something better. Bring those out.
Yeah.
Those get shot down, knocked out. And I was like, all right, big boss time. And sure enough, it was the guy with the cape, the big kite. That didn't make sense to me. This whole film.
No, and I think that's part of
where
the
it's fun.
Right. That's part of the draw.
You'll never know what you expect to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I do like about this was how they really told more story.
Yeah.
Because the first Mad Max probably was, well, I don't know. It's been a while I've recently seen the first one, Mad Max, Mel Gibson. Road Warrior, I watched a little bit of it, but I haven't seen Thunderdome. But this one felt deeper in story.
Let's build the lore.
And so to me, it seems like they're trying to like really establish a little bit more of a universe.
Yeah.
And I don't think I like that. I liked how there was more story because then you could connect Fury Road a little bit better, and the ingenuity that Furiosa had, and the determination, and all those things. But there was just certain things that you could have done it in 5 minutes instead of 50.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my initial synopsis of thoughts. But tell me about the quirkiness. When you walked into this, your expectations were what?
I don't know. I was expecting...
I like that. That's exciting for me to hear.
Yeah. I was expecting more serious.
Okay.
In the sense of, I thought it was going to be more of like a gladiator tone of like, this is like, where I've had conversations. There's like, people have well-established stories and roots. And this film was not that, in the sense of the characters changed a lot. We talked about a little bit of story, but also the story doesn't really connect too much.
Right.
And so let's get weird shots. Let's get weird. I knew the weird vehicles and the big machines and everything else like that. So I was really excited to see that. And then I was really hoping Chris Hemsworth at some point was going to have a hammer. And that didn't happen. I thought that was a huge missed opportunity.
I think that would have been pretty funny.
Because they really played up the red cape.
Yeah.
And I was like, he could have just picked up a hammer off the ground and chucked it at something is all you would have needed.
Yes, exactly.
But maybe that would have been copyright infringement.
I suppose it's possible.
Yeah. I don't know. I was not expecting the quirkiness. Even like the guy in the mask. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but this was definitely not it. But I enjoyed it.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for some, like, there's times in which people's arms were coming off, and I was like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if this is necessary. Just do a clean cut. I'll be fine.
Yeah, that's
what I like about lightsabers. You know what happens with lightsabers? You cut off the arm, it automatically solders, no blood squirting out.
Right. Well, that's a civilized weapon, remember?
That is a civilized weapon.
What was that in?
Even blasters. Isn't that...
That was in the first
New Hope,
one.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Because it was Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
That's why you don't use guns.
I guess let's talk about actor chemistry then, because Chris Hemsworth, it sounds to me like the two of us have a different opinion on it.
I thought he was completely insane in this film. I didn't think his character was well established or made any sense, but he was incredibly strange.
I think that's why it came to the end like it did, though, right?
Yeah.
Like that made sense then.
Yeah.
Like he was so unorganized and so like just bent on power.
Yeah.
That he couldn't. There was no way he would end up winning it.
Right. He was pulled too many different directions.
Right.
Although he could have potentially, but I think he would. If Furiosa wouldn't have made it back to that bigger. I can't remember all the different sects. But the one sect where they're like, no, he's not burning down Gastown.
Right.
He's actually coming on his way here. I think he would have taken over, and then everyone it would have starved themselves out essentially.
Yeah.
Which would have just been just as interesting. Very anticlimactic.
Yes, and slow.
Yeah, slow death.
I think there were moments that he did well, but I think he was way overacting. Yeah. In my opinion, it didn't seem like it was. Obviously, it's not going to be natural, so that's not really the word I want. Right. But Anya Taylor-Joy sold her character to me.
She did.
Like she sold it.
Yeah.
And nobody's really going to be like that. Nobody's going to be like Dementus.
Right.
But Chris Hemsworth didn't sell it. I don't know. I don't know why exactly. Watch it again. Maybe I'll figure it out.
On a small screen. When you're on an airplane.
It's
key.
When it's, right after I watch Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, that might lower the standard. Yeah,
so
I can see that. I could see where his character would be kind of divisive in the sense of you either just enjoy the strange or he just disconnects you. And I can see where he disconnects from the film quite a bit.
Yeah. He definitely did. Mm-hmm. It was just too much.
The weird little teddy bear it was explained, but still didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I think that was somewhat the point.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Rictus Erectus?
Correct what?
Exactly.
I don't remember the characters. Was he one of the...
He was the big dude, huge muscle guy, idiot that was pulled Furiosa's hair.
Oh, yeah.
And, that was him.
Interesting. What was the male companion that was in the film for quite a bit? I liked his character.
Oh, yes. His name, I had it right here. Where'd it go? Where'd you come from? Tom Burke.
Praetorian Jack.
Yep. So I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
So actor chemistry for me, I guess, even though some of it was disconnected, unfortunately with Chris Hemsworth, I think his character was necessary. I think just the way he acted was a little, just excessive. So I'm a 3.6.
Okay.
On that.
Yeah, I give it a 3.4.
Really? I'm higher than you?
Well, yeah. I think if I were watching the other films, you had the film Mastermind. That's what the poster said.
Yep.
I don't know about Mastermind. I was really trying to understand people's relationships with one another, which maybe I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
But
it's confusing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Praetorian Jack and Furiosa were my favorite. When they were on screen, I was like, these are going to be some good moments. A lot of the other people, again, I enjoyed Chris Hemsworth, but I didn't really understand how a lot of the scenes that he had, the story overall, besides making him a crazy man. Is the other films have like bike gangs? Is that what this is? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. That's strange.
Bike gangs works. That was the first one.
Bike gangs?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Basically.
It's going to be the film that comes out with Tom Hardy, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Mad Max goes right into that. Yeah, it's all connected.
I was excited because at the beginning of the film, I thought I was going to get more of a backstory of like, how did we get to where we're at? Or like, is this like...
you have to go to the original really to get there.
Yeah. But I thought they were going to do a little bit more because they kind of teased it.
Yeah, they did.
But then they didn't do anything with it.
There's more narration, if memory serves, in like, I think the Road Warrior specifically. There's quite a bit of narration in there, which I do enjoy.
Yeah.
Kind of fills in some of those gaps.
Because it really helps build like, what are these, because the narration in this film talked about how there were these people like the Dementus groups that would just pillage villages. But why did they have to do that? Was it just society going mad, which is possible?
Oh, yeah, it did. Like, society went mad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. They did talk about that sort of like in the... I thought they did a little bit of explanation when they talked about all the wars.
Yeah.
That how, just mankind was just continually getting more mad.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mad Max, that's a question that, on Throwback Thursday that I had asked, not you, but is Mad Max because he was pissed off mad? Or is Mad Max because he lost his mind, right?
Is there a person named Max in this film?
No.
In the series?
Mad Max is the original Mel Gibson character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So Mel Gibson played the first three.
Okay. And his name was Max.
Max. And so to go to the very first one, he lost his wife and kid very tragically to a bike gang, and then he went and basically hunted, right? So is he Mad Max because of...
Maybe it's on both worlds.
It's... You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at it like from this perspective on these other ones later, it's because the world has lost their mind. It's post gas shortages and all these different things and non-existent and stuff. So it was just sort of that to me was like why is it mad?
Yeah.
Clearly they've lost.
And then they could have had the song Mad World playing in the background.
They could have. Cinematography. So we've got a lot of things that are comparing the desert scenes to Dune.
Yep.
And I think that's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, because they're not the same.
They're not even close to the same.
Yeah.
First off, they're
not
Earth.
getting high off the sand.
This is Earth.
Yeah.
And that's not.
Yeah, it's Dune.
Right. Yeah. And it's, So I think that's the dumbest thing ever.
What was the budget on? It was like 160? What was it?
168. They've done 145.
That's because it's only been in 2 weeks and they're already looking at getting it out of theaters.
I know. What's up with that?
What's up with that? What's up with that? Ooh. Do you know that SNL skit?
Keep going. No, I don't.
Oh, it's an SNL skit with not Keenan Allen. I don't know. It's a skit. It's kind of funny. It has Jason Sudeikis in it too. Who's one of my favorite actors because he does like the weird dancing in the background. We'll watch it later.
Insert here.
Yes. If your case Tyler is not just talking mad. Cinematography. Yeah, they're not the same.
They're just not the same, and so it was pretty ridiculous that they did that.
They're not.
Yeah.
When we're looking at cinematography too, it does deal with look, but also has like how are the shots made, and so like we were talking about, like the pace of. It's probably a technical term that I just cannot think of right now. The pace of
makers.
No, yeah, pace of maker. You don't get those
Pace
around
makers.
magnets. Yeah.
Right.
Speed of scene. I don't know what you want to talk about. Like,
sure, I know what you mean. Yeah.
They would never do that in Dune. They would do a bunch of like quick shots of establishing shots, but they wouldn't like speed up and then slow down, which is what this film does quite frequently. Yeah, they're just different.
They're very different. Dune better or Furiosa better?
Overall cinematography is going to be Dune.
I would agree with that.
Because I think they really cared more about how is everything going to look. This one to me just cares about it being quirky, and that shows up through.
And the coloring would make sense in like say a post-nuclear war.
Yeah, it's just sand
type thing.
Yeah,
right. It's
first like. I mean, Dune, you got like that red tints in the sand when it's blowing, the particles and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's very weird that they're compared to each other, in my opinion.
Oh, it's because they got sand. Any sand film is going to be compared to Dune.
Right.
And nothing can compare to Dune, but we're going to compare it to Dune.
Or nothing can compare to Mastermind, George Miller. It could be that camp, too.
Wait, that's a good point. Is Mastermind a movie? Or is it
from Mastermind?
Maybe
George Miller.
But are we sure this isn't actually talking about Mastermind?
Yes.
I don't know. Get that man a spider and see if he freaks out. That's another one we could do. That movie is just called Mastermind, right?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
It's Shannon knows. It's the blue guy who's the mighty Spiatter.
The Tick?
No, it's not the Tick. It's the
Mastermind.
And I Love You, Random Citizen.
Oh, okay, sure. I don't. Yeah,
it's
I know
definitely not that film, because if he made that film, I would have no idea how these films. Like, oh yes, I just watched Mastermind, and now I want to watch Furiosa.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No, let's talk about those two cinematography and see how they relate to one another.
Yeah, gotcha. No.
Now I'm somewhat mad because, in like my mind, not just upset. Because I really thought Mastermind was a film.
No, they're calling him, his mind is masterful.
I see. Mm-hmm. I see. All right. Yeah, cinematography.
So, anyway, my score is a 3.2.
Okay.
Just because a few reasons. One, the long drawn out nonsense on some of the shots that they did.
It's nonsense.
They should have. You could have still told that story in that same, period of time, but change camera angles, make it look different on screen.
The prelude was too long.
Yeah. They just didn't do that.
No.
So it was the pans were too. Can't cook a good movie on too long of a pan.
Yeah, what the heck, George? I give it 3.6. There were things that were interesting to me. I really like that they really did focus on some of the details of, well, now it's a dust storm and now the tracks are being covered.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. A small detail that they didn't have to explain because most audience members, it makes sense. The tracks are disappearing with the dust, but it was still fun to see that happen.
Yeah.
Like we talked about, the different machines were really cool to watch. Like the big fan on the paraglider was interesting. I also liked the when they were at not Gastown and not Bullet Town, but the third one, Citadel. Yeah. Why did they think they could just go into that city and destroy it? That's a whole different topic.
Yeah, that sure
that was
is.
so weird to me. But I like the little hook things that were grabbing the vehicles, picking them up. That was fun to watch. They had the little tunnels. That was really interesting. That kind of built the world.
The general population in the tunnels. Yeah.
So those are the reasons. I agree that the scenes were too long. And we've had conversations too. Like we don't really have a place to put it, but is it the director? Like when Han, to bring it back to Dune. In the first film, we felt the same way, that the scenes were too long.
Yes.
But I liked it because then Hans Zimmer had more time to show with his music.
Right.
The music is not as great in this film.
No. Still, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah. But it is not
as
Hans
great.
Zimmer.
Where you could, again, I'm going to a Hans Zimmer concert in September, that I'm super excited for. I could just listen to Hans Zimmer all day.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have looked who the composer was this. I doubt that I could.
Tom
Hardy. I knew it.
Tom Hardy, yeah.
It is
Tom Holkenborg.
Now he sounds like the Swedish chef.
Better. I'm probably saying it very wrong, but
so
that's just how I do things.
I'll give cinematography more credit because the scenes that they really could establish, they established well. And I'm going to put blame more on the mastermind, George Miller, of why the scenes were the length of the scenes.
Direction of it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because we can do that, because we can make up the rules.
We can.
I love that world.
We absolutely freaking can.
Yeah, because we're idiots.
So we have overall entertainment. This scores high for me.
Oh, is it?
I mean, it really does. I wish it was shorter.
Yeah.
Truly. But I was entertained.
Yeah.
I mean, I really was.
Yeah.
I even though I didn't care a lot for the way Chris Hemsworth handled the character.
Yeah.
It was still entertaining.
How long do you think those flare dyes last? Because he had red hair in his...
Initially, yeah, until he got older.
Yeah, but that's like, my guess, multiple years.
With that flare thing?
Yeah, well, like, was his hair was still red for a very long period of time.
No, I think that was just what he did.
Do you think it was like completely like...
Right. I think he just did it every day, every morning when he woke up.
All right, give me the flare shot.
That would totally be a Dementus thing.
Or maybe he did it with his little chamois of a cape of like...
Right.
I bet his day was made because he looked super excited. Oh man, we got red flares. He looked really excited.
He was very excited over weird things.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It gave me some type of, in Fast 10 with Tattoo Aquaman. Ooh, man.
You mean the actor?
Jason Momoa.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Those vibes, I was just thinking about it. To me, they're very similar.
Yeah.
And the same way it played out for Jason Momoa, where it kind of disconnected you from the film.
Yes, totally.
He licked the blade too. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
With the blood on it, which is just strange to me.
Yeah, right. So overall entertainment with all the things, all the vehicles, that's something I really, really enjoy.
Yeah.
That weird, creative, like, hey, that could actually work.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be really expensive and it'd be really hard,
practical.
But it could actually work.
Yeah.
Stuff like that I really do enjoy. So I gave this actually a 4 point. Guesses?
3.
Yes, sir.
I knew it. I gave it a 4-1.
Okay.
It gave me enough
I didn't
interest.
think he'd be that high on this. When we went into this, I was thinking Tyler's going to think there's a few things that are kind of cool in it, but overall he's going to be like, why did you do this to me?
No, well, here's the thing. I like quirky and weird. And there was enough of that through that whole film that I was like, I'm entertained because I don't know what this guy's going to do because he's completely insane. So yeah, that's why I gave it 4-1. And it gave me enough interest, like maybe I'll watch Fury Road, Fury Max Fury.
Fury Road, Charlize Theron played Furiosa in Fury Road.
Charlize Theron? I don't know actors well enough. Charlize Theron. Are we talking about like a toilet?
Something similar to that, yeah. Did I say her name wrong? Where's her name? Did I say it wrong? Theron. Charlize Theron.
I still wouldn't have gotten there. Throne just makes me think of toilet when I don't know the first half of the word. Well, they don't even have toilets. Where did they go to the bathroom?
I know. Well, the jars.
Oh, they're jars?
Didn't you see the jars?
No. I wasn't paying attention to the jars.
Oh, yeah. They were talking about the piss jars.
Oh, I know about the piss jars.
Yeah, that's where they went to the bathroom.
Yeah, but with a...
Probably in a different
jar. Did
jar.
they discriminate? Poop jars? All right.
Anyway, the actress played Furiosa in Fury Road, who has a never mind. I won't talk about her. An adopted child. I'm not sure. I would assume.
I don't know. Life poison.
Anyway, I liked Fury Road because it had the quirkiness stuff in it. However, this helps me like it more, I think. But I'm gonna watch it again soon.
That's the one where there's a guy on a guitar now.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Tom Hardy and
he's
in it and he's good. But he didn't get along at all. The Throne. Hereafter known as the Throne.
Sometimes I don't get along well with my own throne.
It happens.
It does. Forrest Gump. Yeah, I think Fury Road, that's Harry Potter.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Harry Potter, that's been fun.
It's been fun. We can say that because we've only done one so far.
Right, and we're about to do the second. Yeah. But
Speaking of number 2, we're about to do it.
And the email is
Matty'sMovieMix.com. Nope. LegitQ at Matty'sMovieMix.com.
See you next time.